Training modifications announced in the fall of 1974 included new restrictions on the types of ordnance that could be displayed during safety lectures. Live grenades, landmines, and other explosive devices were banned from all educational presentations involving cadets. The military promised to develop new training materials, including detailed photographs and technical drawings, to replace physical examples of dangerous weapons. Additionally, they committed to limiting access to ordnance storage areas, with new regulations requiring that only certified weapons technicians could handle any explosive materials on bases hosting youth programs. The military's use of survivor testimonies during this period was particularly calculated. Selected cadets who had witnessed the explosion were asked to participate in interviews that would inform the development of new safety protocols. Their accounts of the chaos and confusion in the classroom were used to justify specific procedural changes, such as requiring instructors to maintain greater physical distance from students when displaying weapons. However, these same survivors were strongly discouraged from speaking to journalists or participating in public discussions about the incident. Their testimonies were simultaneously essential for legitimizing reforms and too dangerous to be shared with the broader public. The media's failure to follow up on these promises became apparent only in retrospect. No journalists requested access to the independent safety audits that were supposed to be completed by early 1975. No reporters investigated whether the promised oversight positions had actually been filled or what qualifications the appointees possessed. The comprehensive reforms announced with such fanfare in the immediate aftermath of the tragedy disappeared from public discourse within months. Behind the scenes, the fundamental structure of youth military oversight remained essentially unchanged. The same officers who had overseen cadet programs before Valcartier continued in their roles after completing brief additional training sessions. The command hierarchy that had failed to prevent the mixing of live and dummy ordnance was left intact, with only minor modifications to reporting procedures. The new safety protocols were implemented as additional layers on top of existing systems rather than replacing the flawed frameworks that had enabled the tragedy. Most significantly, the military's institutional culture around risk assessment and youth safety remained unaltered. The same attitudes that had led weapons technicians to assume that ordnance was safe without proper verification continued to permeate the organization. The reforms addressed the specific technical failures that had caused the Valcartier explosion without examining the broader cultural factors that had made such failures possible. The promises of comprehensive change masked the reality that the military was implementing cosmetic modifications while preserving the essential elements of a system that had already proven